Welcome! Today we're going to take a look at the statement of cash flows and specifically the direct method of computing the operating activities. Okay? Before we get started, I just wanted to give you a little background. There's 3 sections on the statement of cash flow, actually 4 if you look at the reconciliation on the bottom. The first section is the operating section. So all the operating activities refer to items that are in the income statement or are current assets or current liabilities. Okay? The investing section, investing activities includes buying and selling fixed assets, capital assets, cars, trucks, boats, things like that. Investments the company makes and sells, and loans the company makes to someone else and payments that come back from those. The financing section includes notes that the company signs, stock, sales and buybacks, bonds, payment on bonds, and payment of dividends. Okay? And at the bottom there's a little reconciliation. I should mention that, I guess. Starts with the change in cash from the 3 sections above, added to the beginning cash, which should give us the ending cash. And that's our reconciliation. We check that with the final cash balance in the balance sheet. Okay? So let's go take a look at the rules. And we've typed this up. This is under on-course resources. Statement of cash flows, direct method for operating activities. So this refers only to the operating activities. Investing and financing is the same in both methods. So we have just a few lines we're going to look at here. First is cash received from customers. And that's money coming in. Interest and dividends received only if they appear in the income statement. Then we have our payments, and these are a little bit tricky. Cash payments for purchases, cash payments for expenses, interest paid, taxes paid. Whatever the total of all these are, that's the net cash provided or used by operating activities. Okay? So let's take a quick look at an example. See if I can find a quick example here. Oops, where is my example? Oh, here it is. We're going to take a look at problem 12.1a. And this is from page 552. Okay? So if you remember our first line in our directions, cash received from customer equals net sales plus any decrease in accounts receivable minus any increase in accounts receivable. So let's take a look at that one. Net sales, we have $582,000, that's in the income statement, plus the change in accounts receivable. Accounts receivable looks like it went up from $50,000 the beginning of the year to $65,000 at the end of the year. So we have an increase of approximately $15,000. So if we take a look at what we wrote down in one of our classes, we've got basically 582 less 15. Increases in accounts receivable are subtracted from sales. We net up with cash received from customers of $567,000. Okay? The next line, interest and dividends received. This particular book usually doesn't have those. Let's take a quick look at cash payments for purchases. We're going to start with cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold are in the income statement $285,000. Everybody see that? To that, we're going to add any increase in inventory or subtract any decrease in inventory. Inventory increased, so that means we paid more money for that. So we're going to add to that approximately $24,000. And the next item is we have to look at the change in accounts payable, also on the balance sheet. We add this amount to payments. If it decreases, we subtract this amount if it increases. So we have, there's accounts payable. Here we are under liabilities. It looks like accounts payable went down approximately 61,000. So accounts payable going down, we're going to subtract that. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to add the decrease in accounts payable. So if we do all those things together, we come up with approximately $370,000 used. This is cash going out, so I put a minus sign in front of it. Okay, that's the basic way we do that. Let's take a look at our instruction sheet again. We took a look at this. That's cash paid for purchases. This one's pretty tricky. We take the total expenses and then we add depreciation because that's not a cash item. We don't write a check for depreciation. Then we have to look at related prepayments, and then we have to look at any other accrued liabilities. So let's take a look at that. Where was that part? Okay, here's some prepayments. It looks like they went down. So based on our formula, decreases in prepayments get subtracted because we didn't use cash for that. And accrued liabilities, we don't have anything else. We're going to keep the notes in financing, okay? So when we put that one together, it looks like we came out with, we used $131,000 in cash. Okay, so if we add all those parts together, we show we've got cash provided by operating activities of $40,000. Okay, we'll take a look at investing and financing in class. I'd encourage you to print off this sheet. This is only the operating section, so we're going to take a look at the other parts in class. So I hope that helps.